Hey guys, it's Rachel. I know that it is a Saturday, and so you don't normally see me on Spirited Saturdays, but Elena is kind of poorly today, so I said that I would step in and make a video. This week we've been looking at finding a voice and using your voice. And in particular today, I want to look at self-esteem and building self-esteem, and kind of Tracy's going to make an encouragement video concerning kind of inspiration and hope and ways to build, not ways of building self-esteem, but I guess building positive means of coping and looking forward and looking at hope, and inspiration and where to find those things. And today I'm going to look at building self-esteem, but I'm probably going to touch on something that's been covered in other videos, and I know that we've looked at it on the Facebook page, and that's to do with affirmations. We use on nearly every mail that I send with Tracy and such, and a lot of my other friends. We post Postit Notes, literally Postit Notes, and I know I've mentioned these a million times before, and I have them up on my wall and stuff, and they really are an excellent way of kind of feeling better about yourself and kind of feeling supported and loved. What I've got on my wall at the moment is fly on the proud bird, you're free at last, and that tends to be, that's one that I actually wrote myself, so that's kind of unheard of really that I've got one for myself. But I tend to write stuff like hope, faith, joy on Post-it notes, and I tend to stick them around my office and my desk in the other room, and I really feel that that's a really helpful way of building self-esteem, to be honest, because let's face it, self-esteem is to do with feeling good in yourself, feeling confident in yourself, feeling secure in yourself. It's about maybe not feeling the need to feel pressurized by other things or to be anything else, act like anything else, look like anything else, but kind of being able to stand your ground and stand your own. Assertiveness and that type of thing as well. That for me is at least what self-esteem is. And what I really want to say is that when you enter into recovery initially, your self-esteem will be pretty shocking, I would have thought. And having dealt with an eating disorder which constantly just puts you down, destroys you, makes you feel like everything you do is a waste of time, everything you do is worth nothing, it's never good enough, nothing is ever good enough. I think the fear that when people go into recovery is that, oh my god, I'm not going to be good at recovery, and that can quite often stop people. And I have to say that going into recovery is the biggest kind of boost you can give to your own self-esteem. It may not feel like that at first, but I can certainly say for me, and I'm assured that other collab members feel the same, that once you're in that journey of recovery and once you knock down some walls really, that you will notice a difference in your self-esteem and how you feel towards yourself, how you feel about yourself. And when people are initially in recovery, and I can't even say what that initial period is, for some people it's a month, some people it's 6 months, some people it's a year, it all depends at how you progress through recovery. And what recovery means for you is that your self-esteem will get better. And the most kind of one that I use a lot, and I relate to my anorexia, is to do with how fat you feel when I was at my worst with anorexia. And so when you first enter into recovery, you think, well, hang on, if I feel fat now, what the hell am I going to feel like? 1 stone, 2 stone, 3 stone, 6 pounds, whatever it is for somebody to move forward, how am I going to feel it that way? And I have to say now that I weigh no, I can't even say. I weigh like almost 4 stone more than I did at my worst, and I don't feel fat, and I don't feel like I take up too much space, and I don't feel insecure about my body, and I don't feel as though I need to look like anybody else. I don't feel like I need to be anybody else, and I'm actually at a point now whereby I feel okay about being Rachel, and that's huge. It is. And it's only something that's kind of occurred probably over the last like 10 months. I'm going to say 10 months. I certainly struggled greatly after sort of gaining the weight and being in recovery, and I've kind of been stable since kind of 2005, but I wasn't who I am today, and I didn't have the faith and trust and confidence that I do today. And I now actually feel at a place where I can say, you know, I'm good enough. And that's been a fucking hard work. That's been a, you know, work in progress. It still is a work in process. And building my self-esteem has meant changing a lot, because, you know, when I was anorexic, I clearly didn't think a lot of myself, or I wouldn't have treated myself in that way. So it's been about recovering from my eating disorder. It's been about recovering from my depression. It's been about not having anxiety rule my life. It's been about not having routine and ritual and compulsions and perfectionism ruling my life. It's been about believing in something. Even if I can't believe in myself, it's believing in something. It's about listening to what other people say to me, the good. I'm talking about the good that other people say to me. That when somebody compliments me, that I don't turn around and go, oh, shut up, you know, I'm just going to ignore that. It's about saying, oh, okay, you're saying that to me, I don't quite feel that, but I'm going to try and believe that. And, you know, if you're saying that you find me attractive, or you think that I have nice hair or nice eyes, or that the dress I'm wearing is nice, I'm not going to look for 1,000,001 other ways of knocking that down. I'm going to take that and say, thanks, you know, thank you. I really appreciate that, and I'm going to try and hold on to that.